is ready for the 2-2 to Woodson, and here it comes. And it is swung out and missed. And Tom Browning has missed a perfect game.
Welcome back to City Beat's third best sports coverage in the city of Cincinnati. How you feel about that, Ed?
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
I wanted it to be like something better than that, but
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
that's fine.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. The live feed went down as soon as I hit live, so
we back live?
it's about to be, yes.
All right.
I'll have it back up in just a second.
Technicalities as we mess around with different ways that we can provide you with what it is here that we do. To reiterate, we are the City Beats third best sports coverage in the city, as brought to you, the city by you, the fans.
That's right.
You guys voted for us. We were a write-in. We weren't even actually on the ballot at any point in time, to my knowledge. And
just as in the drop-down box.
it did end up, you had to start typing, though, for it to actually
Correct.
pop up in the drop-down.
Correct.
So, yeah, we thank everyone who went out and voted for us, because that's a huge honor for us to be given an award in what's become roughly our year anniversary.
It's just around that time,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah, I think we celebrated that, 2-3 episodes ago. So
Something, yeah.
I'm stoked. I know Ed's stoked. Did you get your copies yet of City Beat?
Oh, yeah, they're upstairs.
Did you?
I put in a copy at the office, too, with a Post-it note in it telling people where to look, and I highlighted it. And now my Kroger is out.
Well done, sir.
Thank you. I don't think Periscope's going to work tonight.
Well, we'll keep on working on it. With all that said, you got anything else in the intro here?
I sure don't.
Let's talk some Reds.
It's alright, 'cause I'm saved by love. It's alright, 'cause I'm saved by love. It's alright, 'cause I'm saved by the bell.
Special shout out to friend of the podcast,
He loves this song.
Brandon Kunkel. He loves that song.
He loves the song.
So, we had opening day since our last show. You went down to the parade.
I did.
Also, for those, before we get into Ed's parade experience and all of that, be sure to hop on our website. You can find that at www.pardonthepunctuation.wix.com/blog, because we had a special contribution from friend of the podcast, Clay Snowden, also of Locked On Reds, where he wrote a blog about his opening day experience. So be sure to check out that blog.
Yeah, go check that out. It's pretty good. It's pretty good write-up.
Nice little recap. So yeah, you went to the opening day parade.
I did.
How was that?
It was good.
You went down with your wife and kids?
Yeah. Well, just took up
The older?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's long, man. It was long, and they added apparently 50 floats this year. I must have stood there forever. It felt like forever.
Where'd you set up camp?
Where were we? Right in front of the bus depot. Remember where Tony and Kayla got married? Where their reception was?
Yeah.
The center. We were right down there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Cool. For those of you who are watching the Reds game,
Was that Eugenio?
Eugenio Suarez
Eugenio Suarez
just hit a home run. So it's 4-3 right now. It was a solo shot.
I like that guy.
Speaking of home runs, we did win opening day at 5-3 against Pittsburgh. Jose Peraza had the surprise first home run of the season. I don't think many people were expecting him to be the guy.
No, I don't think people were at all.
Not with all the firepower we have in the lineup. That has kind of yet to be seen. We'll take that one from Suarez. We'll get into that a little bit later. Like I said, Derek Dietrich had the game-winning home run in the opening day game. Clay told you here first he was going to be a fan favorite. All of a sudden, way early on, here he is with what ended up being the game-winning home run.
He spent the winter playing in the Dominican Winter League. I mean, he pitched 23 games down there. In the air, right center field, and Derek Dietrich, welcome to Cincinnati. And man, is he fired up. A native Buckeye.
So he actually did go to St. Ignatius High School up in Cleveland.
Up in Cleveland.
So yeah, he is definitely of Ohio descent.
Up in the land.
it's good to see a guy, not necessarily a hometown guy, but you got to figure that he definitely had some family and friends here from back home. I would imagine.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Considering he played for Florida before this, I mean, this is way more closer to home than that.
yeah, absolutely. You would think he had all kinds of people there.
But no, it was a way cool moment for him. You could see how jacked he was after he hit that home run. As he's like running the base, just pumping his fists, just like a madman. His forearms are crazy.
Dude, how about that big gold chain too?
It's a giant chain.
It's a giant
that
chain
he wears. But then after he hit the home run, he did a curtain call, and I don't remember if it was after he crossed home or during the curtain call, but he grabbed the C on his chest and just like showing it off to everybody, like, look, this is who I'm here. This is me. This is who I'm representing. Not like some of the guys who, after they do the curtain call, they're like doing the Rob Van Dam, like, look at me. Here's my nameplate on the back. Like, He wasn't about that. This is me. I'm a Red. Like, he did a curtain call, and it was a way cool moment. And you're killing me right now.
I'm sorry. I think I fixed it. I fixed it.
Said that already. Game 2 actually ended up being rained out. And then we proceeded to lose the next 2 games. One to Pittsburgh, which ended up being a 5-0 shutout. And one to Milwaukee, which had an attendance of 7,799.
Let's not make a big deal out of that. Let's not do that. Everything's going
to be fine, guys. Everything's going to be fine.
Let's not make a big deal out of it.
I mean, when it comes down to it, it's a Monday night game in April, and it was cold.
It was super cold, and that's why I don't think we need to make a big deal out of it.
You got 81 home games. Why would you go to that one? I don't blame anybody for going.
I would.
Or not going, for that matter. Kind of putting something in perspective, though, as we're looking back on the first 3 games. This statistic comes to you courtesy of Lance McAllister, and as much as I do not like listening to the guy, he's got some pretty good tweets with some pretty good stats.
That's a good point.
Scott Schebler, 0 for 10. Yasiel Puig, 1 for 11. Matt Kemp, 0 for 7. Eugenio Suarez.
I like saying his name.
He's 1 for 10. So collectively, those 4 guys, 2 for 38. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
You're not going to win games with that kind of production from those guys. Speaking of Matt Kemp, he was actually ejected last night. Did you watch the ejection?
Yeah, so I see him get upset, and then all of a sudden they come back commercial break, and I'm like...
Well, because you can't argue strikes at all. You're not allowed to argue strikes at all. And it looks like the most respectful ejection I've ever seen. Like, he didn't seem upset. He didn't seem he was yelling at him. I mean, I don't know if you can read lips or not, but what I saw, it didn't look like he was even cursing at him. He's just like, dude, that pitch was below my knees. What are you doing? Which looked understandable.
It's fair. Fair.
I don't know. I mean, maybe, if nothing else, maybe the umpire doesn't make that call again at any other time during the game, like later on. But unfortunately, he wouldn't have been a recipient of that. But it is what it is. We also yesterday had our first trade of the season. I don't know if you caught this or not. Matt Whistler, who, if you remember, he was one of the pitchers that we got in the trade with, was it Atlanta?
I can't remember.
I think it was Atlanta for David Duvall.
Adam Duvall?
Adam Duvall. Thank you.
Duvall.
I don't know who
I don't remember.
Duvall is.
I mean, it sounds familiar because I remember the last name is like, a weird last name.
That's
so,
fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, Matt Whistler, we got him in the trade for Duvall. But he was basically sent back down to AAA, and he was out of options. So the Padres are getting him. We're getting in return right-handed pitcher Diomar Lopez. I don't know anything about this guy yet, but if you did watch the game last night, Puig had his first hit as a Red. Ended up being a 2-run double.
I did see that.
And Puig hooks one down.
Oh, of course it wants the buffer. Hold on, let's try it again.
And Puig hooks one down.
Well, we don't have the audio on that right now.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
The left field line, and
Oh, there it
Puig gets
goes.
His first hit and his first RBI as a Cincinnati Red. He is into second base with a double, and here comes Votto, and he will...
Okay. Well, Votto scored.
Votto.
Scored rather than the ball.
What is going on with Twitter tonight, man?
What's going on with everything?
And Votto takes full advantage of.
And then Puig does his little dance. I like that.
He was celebrating on second base. It's good to see him get a hit.
Yeah. Get that monkey off the back, right?
Correct. Dietrich ended up getting another RBI last night, which, I mean, people said we were going to love him. Clay said last week and the week before we were going to love him.
I'm a fan.
I mean, the guy comes out and he produces. That's all you can ask.
His autograph is already... I thought I could get, like, cheap, start, I should have known.
Should have got it before. Should have listened to Clay.
I got somebody who wanted to offer me $45 on a regular baseball and $80 on a 150th anniversary baseball.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go to the parking garage and hope he signs me. Or Reds Fest. Maybe something
Some bad news already, though, for the season.
Oh.
Hunter Green.
I thought it was an April Fool's joke.
I literally was about to say the same thing.
I thought it was an April Fool's joke for sure.
Hunter Green is going to have Tommy John surgery. If anybody watched him last year, he's kind of got a herky-jerk motion. I don't know. People are saying that maybe he was overcompensating for his location struggles with power.
Okay.
And so that's probably why he threw out that elbow. But the good news on Hunter Green is, I believe he's still only 18 years old at this moment in time.
I think he's 19 now.
Either way.
Yeah. I was looking it up last night.
Super young.
Yeah.
So he should bounce back fairly easily. It's not like a 32-year-old who's having the same surgery or anything.
Yeah.
Also, worst case scenario, if this doesn't work out with him being a pitcher, bear in mind that when the Reds drafted him, he was a 5-tool player. He was a guy that had to make a decision. Am I going to be a position player or am I going to be a pitcher?
I forgot about that.
So the world is not over just because he's getting Tommy John surgery. If this doesn't work out, maybe you throw him in the outfield. Maybe you throw him in the infield. Who really cares? At the end of the day, one way or another, I think you're going to see Hunter Green still come up through the system. It just may take a little bit longer than what we had anticipated.
Yeah, Jeff verified it's 19. He's 19.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, Jeff.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not scared. I think we're going to be okay with Hunter Green.
Yeah, it's not going to be the end of the world. If it, like you said earlier, if it would have been an older pitcher, yeah, we could get worried. But
yep.
I ain't worried about it. It's not like we got the belt or anything like that.
So, Luis Castillo had a great outing on opening day. He was the starter, got the ball, and did what he was supposed to do with it. Unfortunately, the Boo Birds came out for Sonny Gray. You hate to see that. It's his first start here as a Red. People are already comparing him to Homer Bailey. I need these knee-jerk reactions to chill out. Like,
do I have to hit it again?
No. I mean, at the end of the day, the last 2 games have been at home, and it's been sub 40 degrees.
It's true.
So, I don't know how many of you out there know about pitching, but it all comes down to finger, placement on the ball and snap of the wrist and what have you upon releasing the ball. And when you can't feel your fingers, that's going to make a difference. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. I'm not ready to run Sonny Gray out of town already.
Exactly. Again,
he's going to be fine.
It's like I told Clay this afternoon on Twitter. It's the 3rd game.
Right.
It's the 3rd game.
It's his first game here. He was so excited because he's got the whole thing with his dad and how his dad was a huge fan of the Reds. So there's probably some nerves there. You have the whole 150th celebration going on. It's your first start here as a Red. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot.
And it's cold as balls. So I don't know. I'm not ready to run him out of town yet. Put the pitchforks away. Put down your torches. It's gonna be okay. Same thing with Tanner Roark.
Everything's going to be fine, guys. Everything's going to be fine.
Same thing with Tanner Roark, man. I mean, he had a bad outing last night and didn't look. He just didn't look great. It's still early. Again, I think game temperature upon the game start last night was 33 degrees.
It was cold, dude.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many different things going on with this. So you have the pitchers who are struggling because it's cold. cold. It's super cold. This is not baseball weather. This is like soccer weather. This is like football weather, but it's not baseball weather.
I mean, if you watched each hitter yesterday after they hit the ball, they're going to first and just like looking at their hands. I mean, even with the gloves on, it's just
because it's going to sting every time you hit the
freezing
ball.
on my couch watching the game.
They're wearing those like baklavas or whatever.
They all were. Like,
Yeah.
First of all, it wasn't that cold, but I mean, it was still cold.
Down on the river, it's colder than it is in your backyard.
I didn't think about that.
So
They all looked like they were playing in Alaska last night or something.
I feel like if they could have gotten away wearing a hoodie, like the one receiver for Green Bay would. I don't know if you remember that.
No.
Yeah, he used to wear a hoodie on the field.
I thought that Tucker Barnhart was wearing a hoodie yesterday.
I would have worn a hoodie. It looked cold.
By the way, did Tucker switch to the old school catcher's mask?
I don't know the answer to that.
I thought he always used like the hockey style one, but last night I noticed he was wearing a hard helmet with the straps on it.
Maybe it's because he was wearing all the extra.
That's a possibility. You're right. That's
ear
a good
cover
point.
and what
That's
have
a
you.
good point.
I don't know.
I have to look on the game.
Also, last night on Twitter, there were a lot of people saying that we shouldn't have left Scott Schebler to bat against James Hader. I think it's James. I think it's Hader. Is the 95-mile-an-hour pitcher for the Brewers who came in to close last night. Scott Schebler couldn't get the bat around to even get close to hitting this ball.
No.
And people are saying that because when Michael Lorenzen actually came in to pinch run later on in that inning, they're saying that we should have had Michael Lorenzen come in and actually pinch hit for Scott Schebler. I'm here to tell you we shouldn't have had Michael Lorenzen come in to pinch hit. He's not the experienced hitter that Scott Schebler is. Scott Schebler gives you a better chance than Michael Lorenzen's going to give you.
Yes.
People, again, are just knee-jerk reactions. Everybody thinks they got it figured out over David Bell. I know you put the tweet out there that said, fire David Bell. Just kidding.
I'm just trying to, fire things up, stir some things up around here.
And it's fine, whatever. It's just people. Everybody's got an opinion. I get it. Everybody wants to be heard. I get it. Everybody wants the likes and retweets and whatever.
Not me. I don't care.
Okay.
Okay.
But everybody's just got to chill out. Just pump the brakes. You don't have to have an opinion on everything. It'll be okay. Chill out.
That's what I think.
However, there's one thing I had an opinion
here we
on
go.
last night. How you feel about these woo people?
Oh no! Please get rid of them.
Man,
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
It made
No!
watching
No!
the game literally damn near unbearable. And I put that out there. I don't care how old it makes me sound. I'm here to tell you that I am not for the woos.
I'm not for them either.
I'm for the woosahs.
The woosahs.
Woosah.
What are you? Are you Mike Lowry?
That's where woosah.
Woosah.
No, I mean,
Then the date shows up at the front door.
God, it was so bad last night. And I got into a conversation with somebody who was saying that, people needed to find things to do to entertain themselves last night. It's a 3-3 game. It's tied.
No. I don't. They do it when it's not boring down
They
there.
do it any time of the game.
It's so annoying.
I think it's like the I've had 6+ beer call.
That's what. And I'm cold. But yeah, that's what it is. Exactly what it is. Or the game's taking too long. I'm bored. Let's just start going woo.
Just leave.
It's not even like the Ric Flair woo. Like if it was a Ric Flair woo, then maybe a little bit better. But
I mean, go over to the bar across the street and do it all you want at the bar.
yeah. Oh, they'll probably kick you out.
Why? Because it's obnoxious.
It's extremely obnoxious.
It makes for terrible audio while watching the game. The players don't like it. The broadcasters hate it. Marty hates it.
Oh, Marty.
He hates everything.
hates everything.
I mean,
that's why I love Marty.
He's kind of in that crotchety old man disposition at this point.
That's why I love
He's
Marty.
entitled to it. He's been here long enough. But
Exactly.
yeah, he's a little mad about it.
But Marty says it's gospel.
How many people we got watching us on Twitter right now?
3.
All right. Well, to those 3,
Jeff's giving us all kinds of stuff out here.
thank you for joining us. Feel free to comment as you wish. Anything you want to read?
Schebler is 0 against Hadler and has no sacrifice bunts in his professional career. Sack Fly was in 2014 for Chattanooga, and the Woo Birds need to go.
I didn't want him to bunt either.
No, I didn't want to bunt either.
But
they were talking about. I mean, they were talking about it.
That became a huge topic of conversation on Red's Twitter last night too.
Oh my goodness!
Everybody.
Between Red's Twitter and UC Twitter, I'm
which one's worse?
Crazy.
which one's got more knee jerk reactions?
I think worse right now is UC Twitter because I can deal with it.
That's because it's chilled out.
The Reds Twitter, I'm like, come on, guys, it's third game.
It's third,
and then they'll tell you it's technically the fourth game. The Saturday's game got rained out.
Nope, it's not. Doesn't count as a win or a loss, and it has to be replayed.
Don't try telling that to Red Twitter. Don't try telling that to Red's Twitter. Hey, Greg.
Anything else you want to talk about with the Reds here?
No.
Let's move on. FC Cincinnati.
Come back! Come back! We got more winning to do! Cincinnati is big enough for soccer! Yeah! We are a new city! Do you believe in a new Cincinnati? Cincinnati is big enough for soccer! Yeah! Do you believe in Ryan Geist? New bars!
New bars. So, FC Cincinnati,
Yeah.
they lost 2-0. It was the same Saturday that the Reds game got rained out.
It was pouring down there.
Cold. It was windy. It was rainy. People were talking about it like it was apocalyptic down there because of how cold and rainy. I think it ended up like flurrying later that night as well.
I'll tell you this, though. I didn't even mention this. The Reds game got rained out, yet Parker's soccer game still played. And they were supposed to play around the same time.
Huh.
Yeah, we were still out there in the mud.
Well, soccer's a little bit different sport, though, than baseball.
But they're 5-year-olds.
Well, wrap them up.
Oh, we did. Hoodies all day long.
Yeah, your kid gets sick a lot.
Hoodies and raincoats. He's fine. The other one.
So we did lose 2-0 to Philadelphia Union at Nippert Stadium on Saturday. From everything that I read up on the game, defense played slow. Obviously, we had subpar offense. Greg, if you're listening, feel free to chip in whatever you want. Some of the stats: 44% possession for FCC, 56 for Philly. We only had 5 shots, 2 on goal, and Philly had 16 shots. Only 3 of those were on goal, but they made them count if they're scoring 2 of those 3. The fouls, the offsides, the corner kicks, saves, those were all about even. I don't know. It's hard to want to do anything. We saw it from the Reds. We saw it from FC when it's this cold out. FCC, sorry. They don't like being called FC.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that.
But it's cold, man. It's cold.
It's super cold. I mean, I don't like it.
No.
And this is why we're all sick.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know. It's soccer. They're used to it, though, I think.
A little bit more so than baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, they just got back from a month and a half in Arizona.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
It makes a world of difference.
No, exactly.
The dry heat that they have down there versus the wet cold that we've had here.
It's ridiculous.
I'm just looking forward to this weekend when it's supposed to be up in the 60s, 70s, 80s. So,
I mean, we probably lost because of Audi.
Well, and that's something I did want to bring up. Cincinnati, Fernando Audi, he had a bad weekend.
He didn't have a good one. He didn't have a good one.
At 3:45 on Sunday morning, and this was after the game, he was cited for, and this is all according to the Cincinnati Enquirer, he was cited for driving while impaired, speeding, and not possessing a valid license, which he did actually later provide to the courts.
Oh, good. He just left it in the locker room.
Well, it's from Ukraine, so I guess he doesn't carry it. I don't know. He did blow a .124. The good news, I guess, if any can be taken from it, was that he had no priors. So he's getting let off pretty light, as he's already trying to basically serve what time he needs to with his license suspended at this point. And then he's already filed to get his driving privileges once that suspension's over. But he is unavailable to play, practice, or participate in any other team activities
until he completes the
pending
program.
the completion of a league substance abuse and behavioral health program. That's all bad. That's a bad look.
It's not good.
Obviously, it's only the first FCC player in trouble, and for anybody who's a defensive soccer fan, well, I already know. I mean, we've had some issues with the Reds, with the Bengals. We're not calling you out, being bad people. Just trying to say, when you're doing 105 and a 65 while having been drinking, that's probably not smart life choices.
No, it's not. And actually, and we're still new to soccer, so
Yes.
but apparently a lot of FC Cincinnati fans aren't as impressed with them as they thought they were going to be.
With the team itself?
No, with Audi.
Well, and Audie's one of the highest paid MLS players at this point in time. When we brought him in from Portland, that we signed him from the Portland Timbers, and it was a big deal.
Yeah, no, it was.
Because he's one of the top paid players on the team, he was automatically one of the faces of this team, and
we called him Cincinnati.
Kind of a de facto leader on this team because of the pay grade. He took that role and kind of ran with it. Anytime reporters were coming in, either local or from any other markets, they were talking to him, and he was more than happy to talk to them as a de facto leader. And this is not what leaders do. I don't know. I mean, if you look around you got Andy Dalton. That's not something you'd see him do. AJ Green, it's not something you'd see him do. Even Chad Johnson, he didn't drink at all.
No, he just ate McDonald's.
When he'd go to bars, he would literally drink energy drinks.
Yep.
With, I believe, pineapple juice.
We get a pineapple and Red Bull.
I think that's what he drank. I believe that was his drink of choice, famously.
He tweeted this week.
I saw that.
Apparently, he thinks that Cincinnati's a football town now.
Well, that's because he's also playing soccer.
Well, did you also see the article? It's like an MLS tweet or something, like Twitter page or something, like a MLS blog, saying that Cincinnati is now a soccer town, citing last night's attendance at the Reds game.
I mean, you got 81 games. Let's see what happens when it's June.
Right, exactly.
So let's look at opening day. Opening day Reds is very comparable to opening day FCC.
It was
record-breaking. I don't know that you can say 46,000 is something to be like, well, they don't care about baseball in that town. Anyway.
We marched the streets then, too.
Yep. So, I don't know. I mean, getting back to Audi and all of that, again, with the Reds, you don't see Joey Votto getting in that kind of trouble. You don't see, you didn't see Brandon Phillips getting in that kind of trouble, although he did get in a little bit of trouble with some of the scuffles he had with the media.
Right.
But that was in locker room stuff. That wasn't anything that was poor life decisions.
Right.
So, let's hope that Cincinnati can go ahead and do better. Be better. Be better, Audi. Be better.
It will be interesting to see how the MLS treats this compared to how we've seen
the
NFL, Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
It'll be so something new for us to understand, I guess. We'll find out shortly.
In the meantime, anything else happening on Twitter that you want to throw out?
Jeff is just loving tonight. Anyone that thinks Cincinnati is no longer a baseball town needs to have their head checked. I agree. 100% wholeheartedly.
Is this Jeff Howell?
Yeah.
He's a cop.
What's that have to do with anything?
He'll get you. He'll check your head.
It's nothing to do with anything. You just wanted to say that. You're a weirdo.
Let's talk UC.
And down goes Savior.
That's all I have.
All right, that's fine.
Because there's nothing.
There's not a whole lot of news here, but we're still going to talk a little bit about it. Biggest news of this week: defensive back Kyreek McDonald transferred from Alabama, and that comes to you courtesy of Chad Brendel from Bearcat Journal. He still has 2 seasons of eligibility left, beginning in 2020. He is he was a 3-star recruit in 2017. He hails from Madison, Alabama, and when he came out in 2017, he was ranked the 49th defensive back in the nation. and UC even offered him back then. But we got one from Michigan. We got one from Alabama. I feel like we're doing some big things.
Well, I mean, it's UC football. We are doing some big things. I mean, we knew this when Fickle was signed that there was going to be an adjustment. We were actually going to start recruiting players.
Yeah.
Players were going to want to come here because he came from Ohio State.
Yeah.
We knew this kind of stuff was going to happen, and I'm excited. I mean, who can't be excited about it, right?
I re-upped my season tickets just yesterday.
There you go.
Guess what happened?
You got kicked out of the Bailey.
No.
Oh.
I upgraded.
Did you get back?
What?
Did you get a seat back?
No. Football.
Oh. Well,
they don't have seatbacks. I mean, yeah, they do.
Yeah, they
if
do.
you're sitting on, I don't want to be in that
Oh,
section.
okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm in the Bailey area.
Are you on the front row now?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm going to miss the people who sat behind me because I loved them. They were great. Got to sit in front of them for the last 2 seasons. But I'm going to be in the front row now. So I get to bang on the wall. So that should be fun. I'm excited about that.
Jeff is asking if Christian Smith is going to transfer to UC as well. I have no clue.
We're not related.
Oh, I see.
So
you don't have the inside.
I don't have the inside information. We're not related. There's a lot of other Smiths out there. Also in UC news,
you want his jersey though.
Jaron Cumberland was named the AP All-American Honorable Mention. So correct me if I'm wrong here. How many honorable mentions went out? Do you know? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I'm assuming it's probably not more than 5, maybe 10. I think that's probably a safe assumption because you got your All-American first team, you got your All-American second team, you got your All-American third team, and then you have your honorable mentions. Yeah. So probably not more than 5. So that puts him in top 20 in the nation. And if I'm not mistaken as well, when they do first team, second team, third team, they do positions, right? So you're doing like guard, forward, center, or maybe 3 guards, 2 forwards.
Yeah.
Something like that. So that puts him in pretty elite status as a guard.
I would say so, yeah. I mean,
use your words.
I know.
Use your words.
I told you, I'm already frustrated with Bengals Twitter, or Bearcats Twitter right now. That's how frustrated I am. I just call it Bengals Twitter. We weren't even going to talk about the Bengals tonight. I'm just... Everybody's saying that if Mick goes, then Cumberland's going to go to the NBA.
We're not there yet. I do have stuff on Mick.
But I'm tying it into Cumberland. Dang it. They're all saying that...
All right, if you want to talk about it, news is that Mick Cronin may be going to UCLA. There's the news there.
It's a possibility. I heard that his daughter wanted to be a movie star.
She's like 7.
Well, she graduates with a doctorate this year. You didn't see that tweet earlier this year?
Yeah, that was like months ago or weeks ago.
I like to tie things in.
You do?
I like the Lincoln label.
People don't know necessarily what you're talking about.
They all know about it.
Yeah, they don't all know about it.
They all know about it.
What's your rant, though?
No, but I'm just saying, like, people are saying that Mick's going to leave, and if he leaves, then Jaron's going to go to the NBA. But I'm sorry, Jaron's not ready for the NBA.
I agree.
He is not ready for the NBA. So Jaron's not going to go anywhere. Jaron's going to come back again next year, and he's going to dominate the AAC again.
Jaron has the opportunity.
If the refs let him.
Jaron has the opportunity to become the winningest player in the history of UC sports.
Yeah.
Well, UC basketball. I can't speak to the other sports. But
if Cronin doesn't leave, yes.
With all that said, though, he also has a chance to hit 2,000 points, which I don't believe has been done since Troy Calpain. Did he hit 2,000?
Yeah, Troy hit 2K against Louisville in 2014. So we lost that game at the buzzer.
Troy did it, and before him, SK did it.
Oh, sorry, I was talking about SK. I don't think Troy did it, no. Troy didn't hit 2K.
Okay.
No.
So, sorry. SK was the one who did it.
SK is the one who did it in 2014 against Louisville.
So, I mean, obviously it's not been super long since that, but that's a big deal. For this program, we have a lot of history. That's a big deal.
No, it is a huge deal.
So, they're also talking about putting him more this next season in at point guard to make sure that he can handle being the guy with the ball, because if he's transitioning to the NBA, he's probably going to have to be a point guard.
Yeah, he didn't have to run point this year because we had Jennifer and Kane.
Correct.
But yeah, next year you put him at point.
because he's too small to be a 2.
He takes the
in
ball
NBA.
across the line anyways.
He's too small to be a 2.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He's too small to be a 2. He's not going to... I mean...
And he's almost too big to be a 1.
It's the same reason why Troy just keeps bouncing back and forth from the G League to the NBA. I mean...
It's the same reason SK couldn't figure it out in the NBA.
Did you see that video clip yesterday?
With Rick Pitino
Just
yelling at him.
chewing them all up, and SK just sitting there like, what's up? How's it going?
I
We
don't
get some
know.
food after this game.
I don't know if you remember this guy, Mick Cronin.
That was my coach.
He used to coach under you.
He didn't take money?
He yells louder than you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He's smaller than you, scarier than you.
He's like a little elf.
Even though you're a vampire. Thanks, Full House slap track.
What are you talking about? That's a live audience.
Yeah, that's a live
That's a
audience
live
here
audience.
in your basement. That'd be creepy.
They're all here.
I hate it. Anything? I mean, so as we didn't. I don't feel like we talked enough about Mick Cronin. UCLA. So I had a conversation with one of my friends at work this week, who is a Xavier fan, and he sends me a message, and he says, basically, "Are you serious? Is Mick Cronin seriously being thought of as a candidate for UCLA?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And his response to that is, how are you going to go from Cincinnati to a blue blood?
Oh, here you go again.
And my response to him is, how did Sean Miller?
Oh, that's a fair.
And that's exactly what he said. That's a fair point.
Took money.
Well, that I wasn't even bringing that up. I wasn't trying to be that guy. Like, I feel like right now that's like kicking a guy while he's down. We all know
Fair.
what's going on with Sean Miller, but in order to get there, who knows what kind of bad moves were made for Sean Miller, whatever he did in either Xavier or at Arizona. I can't really speak to that. Nothing's really come out as solid evidence. He's currently still the head coach at Arizona.
And sweats a lot.
With that all said, though, what did he prove other than consistency to go from Xavier to Arizona? He could recruit. He could put a team together. He could graduate players. He was consistent in getting to the tournament.
Correct.
What's Mick Cronin done? 9 years straight in the tournament. UCLA, I'm looking at your program. We beat you the last 2 years. And the last time you had success really was with Lonzo Ball.
That was the last time.
And that was a couple years ago. I mean, it's only, 2 years ago? But even before that, they hadn't been a great program. Over the last decade, compared to what they were when we were growing up, watching the O'Bannon brothers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were a tough program. They're a storied program. They are blue bloods for a reason. That's why Mick Cronin's being considered for that position.
And again, like I said last week, he could leave today with his head held high because of everything he's done for this program.
Sure.
And he would. I don't think he would have any regrets about it at all.
I would. What might have been. But I don't want to see him go. I know a lot of people are ready to run him out. I'm not ready for any of that. I don't want that to happen. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Obviously, time will tell. Anything going on Twitter before we move on?
It's Bill. He said, "Can we cut David Bell?" And then he texted me and said, "Can you see my comments? They're valid."
Rounding third.
Okay.
So, have you listened to Mark Hoppus's new band, Simple Creatures?
I have not.
Here they are. So, yeah, the one of the singers from Blink-182, new band this week, just came out. I'll be honest, I haven't even listened to this track from front to back, but I did download it, so we'll see what it's all about.
It'd be interesting to see. I don't know. I missed the original Blink-182.
Same.
Yeah. You want to go first?
I just did.
Oh, yeah, you did. I guess that was a question. All right, cool. My question. Would you eat the following food combination? A cheese coney wrapped in La Rosa's pizza slice.
I would definitely try that.
I think I should try it during the podcast one night.
I would absolutely try
Or
it with
if
you.
we go to a game. We'll go live on Periscope.
I don't want to eat it at a game.
Oh, no, neither do I.
Do you know how much that money that would cost
That's
at a game?
Good point.
I mean, you're talking about like a $17 combination.
We should definitely do it during the podcast.
Because you would have to have enough pizza to wrap the coney. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is a two-piecer. Because, you know, with the squares, unless you got...
They get the slice.
Unless you got the slice, like if you got them do a slice.
Because if you're at the ballpark, they're giving you a slice.
Yeah.
Jeff said he would eat it. And he wants it now.
I'd mess with it. I think you go just pepperoni on that. You don't go anything weird.
I guess during the rain delay, an FC Cincinnati fan ate it and started tweeting it. And if people were like gross, but I was like, hold on.
Let's not be so quick to jump to conclusions, guys.
Because it might be awesome.
I'm kind of a foodie.
Now, is that hot dog and that cheese coney a get-a-dog or... Okay, all right.
There's a lot of things,
Okay.
a lot of variables here.
There's some variables, and we put some kraut on it.
Are we doing mustard? Are we doing onions?
Oh, yeah,
What's the
definitely.
toppings on the pizza? Is it just plain cheese? Are
Yeah.
you going pepperoni?
No, plain cheese.
I'd mess with some pepperoni, I think.
Yeah, it wouldn't be much different.
Not really.
No.
Just give it a little something.
Yeah, maybe a veggie lovers.
No.
Veggie La Rosa's veggie lover is on point though.
Get out of here.
Oh, it is, dude.
Who are you?
It's really good. I'm not gonna lie.
So, tickets for the Avengers Endgame went for sale this morning. Did you know that there's a black market for movie tickets?
No, is there a backpage
Seriously.
website or we should know about?
eBay is selling tickets in like prime seat spots.
You're kidding me.
I swear to God, for anywhere from $50 to $100 in most cases. There were some theaters in downtown New York City that are going from $250 to $500. Now again, that's on eBay.
Everything's expensive on eBay. Ooh. Jeff said put the habanero cheese on the coney. I don't know
like
if I
where
could
his
do
head's
that.
at.
I don't know if I could do that. But yeah, man, you could put anything on eBay and try to sell it for expensive.
I'm just saying, I literally, when I logged on this morning, so many people were logged in trying to buy tickets on Fandango. real story. That the queue to buy tickets was over an hour long, and tickets at the Cobb Theater up in the Liberty Center.
Oh, Liberty Center, yeah.
Their whole site crashed. The Cobb tickets were not even available.
Are you serious?
Now, as of this evening, tickets were available, but you could not buy tickets from April 25th through May 2nd for this movie this morning for the Cobb Theater.
That is crazy.
But
just
that's because everything crashed. Their whole system crashed from this movie.
I don't know.
It's a big deal, man. Get hip to the Avengers. Your kids love it.
Sorry, I had to change the song.
That's fine.
How's that sound? Is that too loud?
No, you're
Sounds
good.
good. All right, cool. Let's see. Okay, so man, it's a good music night for us, I think. I heard a rumor that Green Day might be putting out a new album. Thoughts?
Have you ever seen Green Day live?
I have. American Idiot Tour.
They're so good. Danielle and I saw them a couple years ago. I've seen them with Blink. When I saw them with Blink, they actually opened for Blink, and they put on a better show than Blink.
I would say
Real
so.
talk.
Yeah.
It was the...
Who are they with?
I literally just said they were with Blink.
Oh, sorry.
They opened for Blink.
Oh, that's right.
And were better than Blink.
I was thinking about
Your ADD is
you
so
said
bad
that,
tonight.
No, you said that, and I was trying to think about who opened when I saw them. I think it was Simple Plan. No, not Simple Plans.
Fall Out Boy?
Yeah, maybe the bass player who used to be real fat and used to play with his shirt off, and now he's skinny. Okay, one of those bands.
All right.
Oh, you're gonna be excited about this. Jeff says that AMC is doing a 59-hour Marvel marathon. I can't say that
Over the
word.
last 2 weekends, Danielle and I watched
Game.
12 of the 21 movies.
Okay, so you've already done that in your living room. Okay.
Yes.
All right then.
We are in about an hour through Ant-Man right now and still have...
That's a real movie?
Ant-Man?
All right then.
It's Paul Rudd.
All right. That was real?
Yeah.
I thought it was an April Fool's joke.
No, man.
This is ridiculous.
You up?
No, you're up. I just talked about mine.
What do you think about Seth Rogen and The Lonely Island making a Fire Festival movie?
Stop. Like, is it a comedy? Like
Yes.
a parody?
Yes.
I'll watch it.
I'm so in on
I'll
this
totally watch it.
because I already think Seth Rogen's hilarious.
No, wait a minute. This might be a
And
bummer.
Andy Samberg is hilarious.
Okay, so okay, put this in perspective. Tacoma PD or Tacoma FD, right? The guys from Super Troopers.
Okay. What's
I
Tacoma
watched it on
FD? I never heard of this.
It's on Spike? Maybe? I don't know what channel it's on. Oh, TBS? I don't know. It's after Impractical Jokers.
I don't.
But basically it's Farva and
It's Broken Lizard.
yes, and it's a TV show
Okay.
about so they were about a police department, right?
Right.
It was about a fire department.
Okay.
It's like they try to put all the jokes that were in
An hour and a half movie,
in 30 minutes.
but doing it over and over.
It was
and
bad.
over.
I didn't like it. I hope episode number 2 is good, but
Was it as bad as Anchorman?
the Anchorman
podcast?
podcast, I at least laughed a little bit during Tacoma FD, so no, it was not as bad as the Anchorman podcast. That thing was horrible, and it keeps showing like on my what is that, iHeartRadio app? There's a new episode. I don't want to listen to it. Thank you. And then Mo has to go like advertise for it. Anyways, speaking of advertising, I meant to do this during the Bengals or the Bearcats segment, but Mrs. Bearcat on Twitter, she is advertising that there is a Bearcats for a Cure event going on May 7th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. At Brink Brewery, I think is what it's called.
I'm unfamiliar.
It's on Hamilton Avenue.
Okay.
We used to roam Hamilton Avenue, but a dollar of every pint will be donated directly to the Bearcat for a Cure for the 2019 Walk for a Cure for arthritis. So I just wanted to throw that out there because she's trying to get that out there, and I thought I'd help her out a little bit.
What's your question?
Queens of the Stone Age, apparently. Do you think they should be shooting off fireworks at the opening day parade?
I think there should always be fireworks.
At the parade, though?
For everything.
It gets me every year, man, because ever since
Do you have PTSD?
No, I don't. But, like, ever since the large groups with big explosions, I'm not down with that.
That's fair. It's 2019.
Yeah, I'm not down with that. And every year, for like, well, at least the last...
I mean, are they like firecrackers? Like...
No, it's like a giant boom, so it sounds like a bomb.
Where?
It's a float. It's a Rosie's float. It's the first float in the parade, and they literally pull a trailer behind them with a mortar in it, and they have like these buttons, and it's like they also have flames that come out. Remember the fire, like that? But this is literally a mortar just gets shot straight up in the air, pop, and I'm like, whoa. Every time it gets me like, oh, I'm ready to duck and cover.
Same team, Farva. Same team.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
How do you feel about Bloody Marys?
I know you love them. I've never had one.
What about chicken and waffles?
What? Oh, I like chicken and waffles.
Have you had chicken and waffles?
Yeah.
Have you been to Taste of Belgium?
Yeah.
Okay, so have you had them there?
Yeah.
God, they're good.
They're delicious.
I mean, it wasn't the first time that I had gone there
Expensive,
by
but
any
delicious.
means this weekend. And I've been there, I don't know, a handful of times. But I had never had their Bloody Marys, I don't believe. And if I had, they weren't as good as what I had this weekend. Highly recommend the spicy Bloody Mary.
Oh my god, dude! I might as well just sit at home all day.
You don't like spicy.
All that tomato juice plus spicy.
You don't like spicy.
Jeff said chicken and waffles is amazing.
Agreed.
You know he has some downtown too.
Yeah.
All the time.
Well, and that was the thing. Danielle was out running around taking pictures.
Yeah.
That we're gonna put on our back wall in our living room.
There you go.
And so we were gonna go try and go to the one downtown, but there was the Reds game on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
So we're like, no, we're not gonna.
Oh, you mean
mess
down
around.
at the banks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And parking, by the time she got done taking pictures,
Forget it.
parking was terrible because of the game.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, we'll go up to OTR, pull up next to the Taste of Belgium and OTR, and the line's almost out the door of people
for
waiting.
Sunday morning,
And we're
yeah.
like, nah, we're out on this too. We went up to
Did you go to
Clifton.
Norwood?
We went
Oh,
to Clifton.
Clifton. There's
yeah.
one in Clifton.
Yeah, it's on Short Vine.
Oh, okay.
And that one was golden. It's right there next to Cock and Bull.
Oh, okay.
And we went in there, and they were busy, but not too busy.
Yeah.
We could have waited like 5-10 minutes for a table. We just went and sat at the bar. It was almost empty.
Ain't nothing
It was
wrong with
great.
that.
Loved it.
Jeff says that Joella's chicken and waffles are better.
What?
I don't know where Joella's
Is the chicken better or is the waffles
Which
better?
one's better, Jeff? The chicken or the waffle? Which came first? The chicken or the waffle?
I'm going to go with the chicken.
The chicken or the waffle?
What you got?
I thought that was hilarious. I started talking to you. Okay. Amazon blimp that releases drones to deliver packages to your home. For or against it?
It's terrifying. It's the biggest blimp I've ever seen. I don't know about you, but living in a condo complex with some shady housing not too far down the road,
Oh, man, it's not going to be good.
I don't want people to see that there are drones coming into my neighborhood at any point in time.
So I should not fly a drone at the Easter egg.
No, I'm just saying, if it's got a package,
Oh, well, that's true.
you're going to notice a package
Yeah.
coming on a drone that's going into a neighborhood. Well, which one of these houses am I going to hit today? It doesn't seem
For sure. Out here in the country, that thing's getting shot down.
It doesn't seem like a safe thing if you want to actually receive your package.
Oh, wait a minute. We may have got April fooled.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was that not you?
Nah, well, because Jeff says it was CGI.
I'm just speaking on whatever video I saw.
Yeah, he's
and
saying
it
that
was
video was
terrifying.
CGI.
Well, you got.
I got. Ah, man, it's April 2nd. How'd I get got?
Don't put your evil on me, Ricky
He said
Bobby.
he's for it, though. He said all around their food is better. He said it's out on the banks around the corner from Holy Grail. Go down there, check them out, see if they want to sponsor the show.
Is that where that one place used to be on the corner, down on the other corner from?
Oh,
Holy
Crave?
Grail? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Did they put anything new in there?
I don't think so.
Joella's.
We'll have to look it up.
Never heard of that one.
Let's look it up. Dang it, it was CGI. I thought for sure this was something weird going to get happening.
Eb,
Dang it. I'm so upset.
if you're a baseball player, I don't know if we've talked about. We may have talked about this at some point. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't know what I had for lunch yesterday. What would your walk-up music be?
You don't know what he had for lunch. What would my walk-up music be? Definitely wouldn't be Baby Shark.
It's good.
But...
Although if it was, the kids would love you.
Oh, for sure they would.
The parents would hate you.
Oh, God, that Baby Shark song. Walk-up music. You know, I was always a big fan of Todd Frazier's Fly Me to the Moon. I mean, I know it's by who it's by, but Todd Frazier always had that one as his walk-up.
Well, he was the Todd father.
Yeah, I think I might do that.
All right.
Maybe a Creed song or
Fly
something.
me to the moon and let me...
sing amongst the stars.
That was a good
He said
one.
no, it's next to Tin Roof. Oh, it must be where that
Where that lady got ran out.
Yeah.
Yeah, she couldn't afford her business.
Yeah.
Even though the city fronted her all the money for her business. Man, that was a mistake.
Jeff said batter up. Vanelli song?
Ooh.
Batter up. I'm the first to swing. First one. Okay, sorry.
We got our crowd in a frenzy, Bob!
Oh my god, I used to bump that song in the traffic. Oh, those 2 10-inch subwoofers.
Bob!
Batter up.
I'd come out to Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangsta.
I had a feeling you were going to say that, so let's see if we can play that without getting kicked off. It's coming up.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangsta. Yep, that's what I would come out to.
We're not going to play any more of that because right after that, it gets bad.
It is one of the feature songs in Office Space.
Yes, it is.
The same.
Office Space is a great.
All right. Did we have any punctuation partons? I don't believe we did.
No, but I had one more question.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
You
Sorry
went
to
way
jump the
ahead.
gun. Sorry to jump the gun.
It's okay. Let me pull up one more song for my last question. So my last question. Would you pay $75 for a game-used opening day ball?
Hell no.
Me neither. But there's people out there doing it.
Listen, I think if I was a baseball collector, you could talk me into one of Todd Frazier's home runs from the home run derby.
Yes, you could
for that
talk me into
price.
it, sure.
Even if it wasn't signed, you could talk me into one at that price.
I paid $75 for that Todd Frazier All-Star Game ball right there.
And that wasn't a home run.
No.
One of my buddies actually caught one of those home
I came
runs.
right out of a box.
One of my buddies did actually catch one of those home runs.
There was a good story on Twitter. But yeah.
But no, there's no way that I would pay that for just an opening day ball.
No.
Even if I was a collector, I don't know that there's that much significance behind it. Unless it was like the one Ramon Hernandez hit to win the game. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like, what was that? 2012?
Something like that. It just tells me that right now that the Reds Authentic booth, which apparently funds the community fund, is just going to get rich this year because they're going to be selling all those jerseys from the 15 different jerseys that we're using this year,
And hats.
plus the balls, plus autographs. It's already $50 for a grab
Where are
bag.
the proceeds going?
Reds Community Fund.
Okay.
That's why I don't feel so bad about buying
For like
them.
the field and all that they have
that
over
kind
in
of stuff. Yeah,
Norwood.
for the kids. Yeah. Jeff said it was 2011 or 2012. He said he was there. But yeah, no, it's
I think I was there.
because there are some collectors out there who are going to snatch all that up.
Well, sure.
It's $250 for a base, and you know somebody's going to buy one of those too.
And I mean, it's going to a good cause. If you've been to any of those fields that they have out there in Norwood,
They're really cool.
They're really nice.
They're really cool.
They're way closer to the highway than I thought.
2011 confirmed.
I think it's
It's just I'm not going to be able to get any memorabilia this year, except for that when I go down the garage.
you'll end up getting some hats. Shut up.
No, I mean, yeah, from lids.
All right, that's still memorabilia, bruh.
Oh, I guess it's true. I guess that's true.
So, back to my question. Any punctuation pardons that we have this week?
We did not have any punctuation
Cool.
problems this week.
Well, this is where I'd like to remind you. First off, thank you for anybody who stuck with us on Twitter. We're going to still try and do this with going live on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. There's some things we're toying around with, trying to see how we can broadcast actually on all three avenues at once and kind of try and bring you some of that way. If you don't have time or don't want to mess around with podcast stuff, or if you want to have us on while you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, I don't know.
At 9 o'clock at night.
Yep. So, check us out on Facebook, Pardon the Punctuation. Check us out on Twitter, @PTP Podcast Cincy. Check us out on Instagram, Pardon_the_punctuation. Give us a call anytime you want. Leave us a message with your questions, comments, feedback, or hot takes. 513-818-2077. Again, check out Clay's blog. He wrote about his opening day experience at www.pardonpunctuation.wix.com/blog. Also, if you have any ideas for any blogs that you want to write yourself, feel free to email them to us at pardonthepunctuation@gmail.com, because right now we're batting 1,000 for putting out published blogs that people have emailed to us.
Yeah, we're doing real good.
So, also, don't forget you can check us out on YouTube anytime after we have put out the podcast and watch us there as well.
Also, don't forget to give us a rating and a review on iTunes and any other podcast app that allows you to do such.
Like, subscribe, and as the Dan Le Batard show likes to put out there publicly, if you like, subscribe, then unlike, then re-like, then unsubscribe, then resubscribe, leave a rating. Apparently that all helps out. You don't have to do all that.
That's a lot.
Outrageous. I don't know why they ask anybody to do that. All right. So, bum of the week.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
You're a bum. And that's all you'll ever be. A bum.
Oh, that hurts, man.
That hurts, man.
I love it. That lady kills me every time. My bum of the week.
Go for it.
It's the FAA.
What?
Did I make that up?
No.
The AAF. Whatever.
Oh, the AAF. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The FAA is definitely the. Yeah. It's. Don't make them mad. They won't let me fly my drone.
Dyslexia. The AAF. Again.
It's so sad.
It's you know what's going to be funny about all this? When the XFL comes back and does better, they're not going to be Vince McMahon's got money. Let's not kid ourselves there.
That's true. And he sold more stock of the WWF to fund this, so
and he's not going to let it go belly up. He already let it go belly up once. He's not going to mess up again. He didn't rush to put a product out there. He could have. He didn't. He's a savvy businessman, regardless of what John Oliver's out there saying.
I hope they keep the mic'd up quarterbacks, though.
So they folded after only 7 games played. Here's the kicker, and I can't take credit for this because I saw it on Twitter. I wish I would have written down who actually, or screenshotted or something, who actually said this. But for those of you keeping tally, Marvin Lewis has now been fired twice
in the same year. The AAF got rid of him quicker than Mike Brown did.
I mean, that didn't take... You could have done that in 14 years and still got rid of him quicker than Mike Brown did.
It sucks because it was decent football.
Yeah, I don't know why the NFL wouldn't just fund this.
Well, it's the NFL Players Association wouldn't help. But you're right. Why wouldn't they want a talent pool that they can pull from?
Correct.
You know what I mean? Instead of having a practice squad, you have some guys down there who are getting actual playing time.
Yes.
And pull them up. Just like MLB, just like NBA.
And you can have them there for on rosters instead of college. With college players coming up, you got to wait.
Right, exactly.
Right now, the only pool that they have, you got retired old Jason Witten coming out of the booth.
Oh, the Arena League got me yesterday too.
With April Fools?
Yeah. They have a Columbus team now, the Columbus Destroyers, and they said Joe Thomas was going to play.
Get out of here, man. Have you seen that dude?
Skinny.
Jacked.
Yeah, jacked too. He does CrossFit. Is it all for your bum?
Yeah, who you got?
My bum of the week is Fox Sports Ohio.
You're so mad at them.
I am in the middle of watching the game last night, and we are going from the commercial to the top of the ninth. It's 4-3, right? 4-3. We're down by 1. We got the heart of our lineup coming up, and all of a sudden, welcome to Cavs pregame. What?
On opening day, the same thing happened.
What?
It kicked me off of whatever channel I was watching it on satellite. Kicked me off, and I had to switch over to 64 or something like that to finish watching the game because NCAA March Madness came on.
So I tweet Fox Sports Ohio.
You did.
And they responded, "Oh, that shouldn't have happened. What service do you have and where do you live?" I tweet them that. No response. Because they know they messed up.
They said the DM.
I'm not going to... They can DM me.
They're not trying to slide in your
I'm
DMs.
open. A lot of people trying to slide in the DMs.
Get out of here. I can't even handle
Anyways, Fox Sports Ohio, be better.
All right.
Be better. With that being said,
beer.
It is now time for everyone's favorite segment. What is in Ed's fridge?
It got colder than I anticipated.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It is.
It is good.
Not super cold.
Jeff said we should get the Twitch page. Working on it.
I thought that was for gamers.
No, it's for everybody, man. Squirrel.
So, tonight we have Rheingeist Squirrel Nut Brown Ale. With a furtive glance and an eyebrow wiggle, Squirrel squiggles from his trunk, springing limb to limb with nutty agility. Sweet notes of toffee and chocolate fuel this nut brown ale. Manic maltiness, safe and spry in the floral hop forest.
I'm so glad you read that.
What the hell does any of that mean?
I'm just
I don't
glad
know.
you read it.
4.8% alcohol per volume and 22 IBU. We got Squirrel Nut Brown Ale.
Squirrel. Get it?
I got it. I got it.
Because of me.
Thanks. I got it.
My medicine wears off by the time we get it starting this night.
I think it wears off by 6.
That's not true. Oh, that's so good stuff.
It's so good.
Even a little warm, it's still good.
It's not warm.
It's
just
little
not
warm.
Cold.
It's just not. It's not ice cold.
It's how the Germans drink it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's
das ist sehr gut.
Sehr gut.
Das ist sehr
this
gut.
is where people stop listening if we don't stop. All right. So with that, yeah.
I got a cough.
It's a good beer.
It's a really good beer. I like it.
It's a little dark for spring, but it's not as bad as the cucumber I'm chewing grass
Speaking
beer
of
we
which, I
had.
made burgers last night.
You didn't drink that beer.
No, but they were good burgers.
All right. I don't have anything else. You got anything else, Eb?
I don't have anything else.
With that, we out.